Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the SoCal Prep Report. Richard Strandlow and Bob Gibson, thank you for joining us. Yeah, we're over here tonight, Bob. Okay. And apparently it's been another busy week, man. There's a lot of people out there running around doing stuff in the world of sports. We're going to try to wrap it up as best we can, tell the story. Bob, it's like that every week. It's just the way it is, man.
We're feeding the beast every week right here, that's for sure.
Wherever you have kids and throw a ball out, there's going to be some type of competition.
Yeah, you got that right.
All right, let's get to it, Bob. Let's take a look at what happened in baseball this week and see if there was any changes to the rankings this week, because that's what we're looking at right now as teams are starting to pretty much wrap up league play.
Well, we got our SoCal Prep Report, top 10 in baseball. It's been a hot topic once again on the Twitter. Make sure you get on our Twitter feed and have something to say on there about it as well. But Huntington Beach, still the top team in Southern California. I don't know if there's much debate about it. Harvard Westlake certainly has an argument, and we'll talk a little bit more about their three-game series with Notre Dame, who comes in at number 6. But look at the middle there. Jay Sarah, Orange Lutheran. This is all we're going to talk about the Trinity in just a second, too.
We'll talk about that a little later.
This will all work itself out in the Trinity League, which is a crazy thing because the tied for first place in the Trinity is Santa Margarita. You don't even see them on this top 10 because I don't think they belong there yet. But
and Mater Day's not in this top 10 either, and that's the traditional power.
Mater Day's having a nightmare season.
Absolutely.
5 wins on the season, winless in league play. Head coach Burt Call's got to be pulling his hair out at this point, trying to figure out what happened. But Mater Day, a no factor this year in Southern California baseball. El Toro Arcadia, which is having an undefeated season. You'll see some top 10 somewhere else that have them a lot higher. I'm waiting to see what Arcadia is all about before I'm going to anoint them in the top half of this. So I think the girls did a good job this week, just kind of laying out with Arcadia there. Miracosta and then South Hills, who we've seen a lot of this year in various tournaments, coming up there at number 10. So I think that's a pretty strong top 10 right there. Huntington Beach, Harvard Westlake, on the verge of sweeping Notre Dame, by the way, in league. They've won the first 2 games of the series. Game 3 on Friday could easily jump up to that number 1 spot. That'd be 3 strong wins for Harvard Westlake. If Huntington Beach even slips just a little, we could see Harvard Westlake jump to that top spot.
You think Huntington Beach is going to slip, Bob? Really?
I don't.
After all this time?
Not in their league.
Right.
Not in their league. I don't see it happening. I think they'll cruise through. But those 2, 3, 4, 5 spots, those are up for grabs here. And with Notre Dame, if Notre Dame loses all 3, they're going to slip down a little bit too in these rankings. So take a picture of it now. It's going to change a lot in the next couple of weeks.
Notre Dame entered everybody's top 25 this week nationally, Bob. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. But it's good to see more SoCal baseball teams, Southern section, City section, San Diego section teams are all vying for the top spot. All right, let's take a look at the softball this week. Very busy, very competitive. And let's take a look at the rank and see if anything changed this week, Bob.
You want to make an argument for Los Alamitos at number 1? I'm not going to argue with you, but we still have Orange Lutheran at number 1 here, and I'm pretty confident in that ranking. You could flip-flop the 2. Go ahead if you want to, but after that, Norco Guard, Chino Hills, Mater Day, King, Santa Margarita's moved up a little bit. At least Miguel moves into the top 10 this week. Nice move by the Wolverines getting up there. We got to give them some love, and then Los Altos slotting in at number 10, but this is going to stay pretty much the same here. I think you'll see a little bit of movement, but clearly the top 2 teams in Southern California, Orange Lutheran and Los Alamitos, flip a coin as to who's number 1.
Yep, and again, is Mater Day starting to streak up, Bob? I know they lost, they won 2 of their first 10 games or thereabouts. I know they were sandbagging. They're probably going to win CIF this year.
Mater Day is always lurking. Any team in that Trinity League, especially Mater Day with their storied history, always lurking. And they're right there. You see the traditional powers, though, right in the middle. Norco, Chino Hills, those are teams that are always there. Pacifica, the only one missing from the traditional powers. They've dropped down a little bit this year, but Orange Lutheran is just having a great season, and I think they deserve that top ranking. I really do.
As they should. So there we having a look at the softball top 10 and the baseball top 10. Now let's move on to the city section, and let's let Randy Rosenblum give us a rundown of what's been going on this past week in the city.
Tony Dobra is back coaching softball at San Pedro, replacing Robert Whitney. Now, San Pedro won the city championship, but it lost a lot of players to graduation. This year, they struggled at the beginning. They're playing a little bit better, but they bring in the Hall of Famer to finish out the season. All Dobra has done in the past is win 728 games and 13 city titles in 34 seasons. He retired in 2014, and he'll pilot the team for the rest of the season. It'll be difficult in the Marine League against the likes of Carson and Banning, who are powerful. Another coach, Manny Peralta, out at Sun Valley Poly High School, got his 300th victory last week. It was a 4-1 win over Kennedy. It took him 18 seasons. His Poly team this year, very good. They're 16-4. They have a great hitter in Vivian Little, 463 and a couple home runs. Venice is taking control of the Western League. The Gondos got by Palisades 9-8. They're undefeated in the league, and right now they're showing dominance. Tori Regos is playing terrific softball. She's hit 5 home runs for the Gondoliers. Just witnessed the Collision All-Star basketball games. It was the 20th edition. Let's start with the girls' game, and the Southern section at Harbor College got by the city side 82-76. Cheyenne Givens was the player that was the MVP in this one out of Sarah High School in Gardena. She poured in 21 points and had a lot of critical shots down the stretch. The city was down by 17. They overcame that deficit, but in the end, Givens was too much. Ariana Harper of the city out of Legacy High School did score a game-high 23. In the boys' game, it was the city that rallied to win, 101-94. Eddie Egan, better known as Big Gun out of El Camino Real, became the MVP, scoring 21 points, had 5 3-pointers. We just mentioned El Camino, their baseball team, 2 huge victories to open the West Valley League. 15-5 at home. They overpower Birmingham, the defending city champs. Then they go to Birmingham and shut them out 8-0. Just perhaps, maybe the Conquistadors are the best team in the city. Certainly the best team in the city right now. A memo to the Los Angeles Dodgers. Charlie Roca of Verdugo Hills is the first player to hit 10 home runs this year in the entire Southland. This city star has hit 10 homers in just 22 games. The Dons are a 500 team, but Roca can really hit the baseball. Our boys scholar athlete of the year is K-Ice Karam of Hollywood High School, a wonderful offensive lineman who was all-league, but he was even better in the classroom, 3.98 GPA. He's 6'4" and 290 pounds. Seemingly, we're always talking about the Narbonne football team. Well, their schedule is out. We talk about them because they're a 2-time state champion, and they've won the last 4 city titles. Now, obviously, they always play in the very tough Marine League, but their out-of-conference schedule is unbelievable. They open early in the year with Long Beach Poly. They play Corona Centennial. These are heavyweights out of the southern section. Gardena Serra, Lawndale, and an always tough Palos Verdes team. Palos Verdes and Narbonne have been going at it for a few years now. Narbonne always seems to win the game, but it's never easy. And that final non-league game in Hawaii, you talk about a beneficial game to get your team ready. Manuel Douglas will take the Gauchos to Hawaii and Honolulu to play a very powerful St. Louis team. They played last year, and St. Louis won the game 56-50. Expect that kind of entertainment out of Narbonne this year, but they're playing a very grueling schedule to get prepared for the tough Marine League. Now, let's go back to the guys.
Thank you, Randy. Once again, thorough city section report. A lot of business there, too. Not as many schools in the southern section, but they have a ton of athletics still going on, Bob.
One of the top sections in all of America, right?
Yes, indeed. All right, let's take a look at our sponsors. I'd like to thank these guys for bringing you, in part, bringing this show. The Yard House in Brea, the Brea Yard House right there, located at 160 South Brea Boulevard in the city of Brea. There's a number there. Give them a call, make a reservation, go hang out, or you can get on theyardhouse.com and go say hello. And man, they're downtown Brea, Bob. There's so much going on down there,
ton of stuff. It's a fun area.
It's amazing. Camp 3 Project also is a nonprofit organization that helps people live with cancer while they're fighting it. You know, doesn't go to for cancer research, but it does go the donations and stuff. The fundraising efforts go to helping people live with it, man. When you get cancer, you may not be able to go to work for a while, Bob.
Right.
You know, some insurances not. You know, they're not going to pay you full wages and stuff like that, no matter what you have. And so, you know, you need a little help, they'll help you out. So it's a good cause to donate to the Camp 3 Project.
Help them out.
All right, Carlos Pena has a report. What's Carlos doing anyway?
I like Carlos.
What's up with Carlos? I thought we were done with that guy for the year.
Man, I've been missing my High Desert report.
Let's go. Do it.
Hi folks, and welcome to this week's SoCal Prep Report. I am Carlos Pena, and I am back from vacation. And now I'm bringing you High Desert baseball and softball. Let's get right to it. Starting off with the Desert Sky League in softball, Silverado's on top, followed by Barstow, Victor Valley, Granite Hills, and Adelanto. Silverado only rostered 2 seniors this year. The heart of the team is in the middle with 7 sophomores, 2 of which are pitchers, Cheyenne Mejia and Alicia Sanchez. Next up, the Mojave River League, Sultana up top by 23 points, followed by Oak Hills, Burroughs, Hesperia, Apple Valley, and Serrano. Both Sultana and Oak Hills with very similar batting average of 350. Now finally, we have the very competitive Cross Valley League. University Prep stands on top, followed very closely by the Mighty Eagles. Right after that, Lillian Greenslade. Now there's a familiar name. She helped the Trojans get to the football championship against Orange and also played soccer. She now leads the Mighty Trojans of Silver Valley with a batting average of 800. Big Bear at 4, followed by Riverside Prep, Academy for Excellence, AAE, and Cobalt. Now UPrep is just dominating. Get this, they have 7 freshmen on the team, 2 seniors. Their batting average, 406. Eagles aren't too far behind with the heavy hitters on their side, led by senior Liana, batting at 730 and an on-base percentage of 792. Now she's not alone, she has help from Brianna Nancaro, who has a slugging average of 590 and a 667 on-base percentage. Moving on to baseball in the High Desert League. Now Silverado's on top, but Victor Valley looking to challenge. Barstow, Adelante, and Granite Hills bring up the rear. The Jackrabbits of Victor Valley and Silverado are tied in league play. They get to face each other next week. That's going to be a good match. Let's take a look at the Mojave League. Apple Valley on top. Oak Hills, Burroughs, Serrano, Hesperia, and Sultana all chasing them down. Now Apple Valley takes on Burroughs today. Moving on to the Cross Valley League, and this is all about the Eagles. Excelsior Eagles. They stand alone league play with a perfect record. Now AAE is the closest, followed by Big Bear, UPrep, Riverside Prep, Silver Valley, and Cobalt. Now the Eagles of Excelsior have a very good balanced squad. They have plenty of depth in the utility department. And Coach Fernando Thomas, he did an amazing job recruiting over the past year. Now the Eagles are led by sophomore Jacob Albridge with a batting average of 484. They're pitching through plenty freshmen to seniors. I can't wait to see what they do in the coming years. Now, Rich, Bob, you guys are looking sharp in there. Keep it up. That's it from the High Desert. Back to you in the studio.
Carlos is back from vacation, Bob.
I like it.
He's from vacation.
He's
Carlos been on vacation for 6 months.
He's rested, he's tanned, he's ready to go now, you know?
Okay, we're not going to talk about where he vacationed. All right, now we're going to talk some esports. We're going to talk with Mike Bitag right now. And as we mentioned, high school esports started this year. This is the inaugural season, and they started it out in no better place than in Orange County, California.
Right.
40 schools started out on the project this year. It has been going great. They're in the playoffs now, and this next week will be, or last week they had the quarterfinals, semifinals are a week from Saturday, and they stagger it out, Bob. I think these kids probably spend a lot of time practicing these games instead of doing homework, so they got to spread that stuff out.
It's just like this. It's like any other sport you're doing. You got to practice,
put time in every day. So anyways, Mike's going to talk to us right now, and I believe we're going to Skype him in here, Bob.
Skype, I like
We'll
it.
see how it goes.
Skype here. Mike,
let us know when you have them ready. My IFB is dead. I don't know about yours.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
But anyways, very interesting that esports is now going to be probably nationwide next year.
Oh, for sure.
Within the high schools. That's what they're looking at.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
That's why they tested it here. They gave it a shot here. And interesting thing was some schools like Sunny Hills and La Quinta had 2 entries. They had a gold team and a blue team or whatever because they qualified. They just had that many kids, athletes. What do we call them, athletes now?
Yeah, right.
I don't know what we call them now, man. Brain athletes? I don't know. We're going to call them something. But the bottom line is it's opening up a whole new spectrum for kids that may not be able to play, physically play athletics, but man, they still have the bean up here and they're pretty sharp there. So it's going to be the new. It's going to be the new thing, Bob.
Think about the kid who goes to Mater Dei. I know is in the league, right? Let's say a kid goes to Mater Dei. Well, what are you going to make the basketball team or the football team? Man, they're crazy. There's the level of athlete
the esports team,
right?
Dude.
But you can make the esports team, and you can be a really strong. And I know Mater Dei purposely took the kids from the esports and made them part of that spring sports assembly at the school. So they really made a point of saying, hey, this is a real team just like any other in our sports lineup here at the school. So I had to make them feel good.
And it is, Bob, and it is. So anyways, we're going to get ready to go.
All right,
Mike. Let's pull. Oh, here's Mike right behind us. Let's turn around. We could talk.
Hey, there he is.
Mike, how you doing tonight?
Mr. B-Tag.
All right. I wish I could hear you.
Hey, guys. Good evening. How you doing?
There he is.
There he is. We're doing great, Mike. All right. So esports, as we talked about it, it's a big deal now. I mean, a little test here in Orange County. Everything seemed to have been going great. You guys had your quarterfinals last week, and a week from Saturday, you're going to have your semifinals. Things are ramping up. You're looking good, Mike. What happened?
Oh, no.
We lost him.
We lost it.
He'll be back. He'll be back. He
All
can't stay away. Yeah. Anyways, again, Mike B-Tag is one of the guys that's, helping with the league. And
Forebrain
he has a lot of
Technologies is
information.
Mike's company, right?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Forebrain really at the forefront of right.
Absolutely.
Forebrain's at the forefront. You like that? Mike?
So anyways, we're going to be out there to cover this. You'll be able to see it. A lot of people are into it. Esports is growing so big. It's so rapid. And for it to infiltrate the high schools and actually have a league and actually have playoffs, that's pretty good in its first year,
cool.
Bob.
It's
and
so cool.
It's succeeded.
Yeah.
And again,
it's just going to grow.
UC Irvine has been overseeing the administration of the game because it is new, but it's something they handle on a day-to-day basis. So
It's just going to continue to grow.
All right, we got him. Hey, Mike, how you doing?
There, we got
You're
him
looking
back.
good, man. Look at him.
I can't hear them at all.
That's okay.
No?
We
Hey
can
there,
hear
guys.
you great.
We can hear you.
All right, Mike, you're looking good, buddy. Looking dapper. Okay. It's a disaster. All right, I'll tell you guys what.
Technology, right?
Well, you guys
Well,
work
that's a
out.
great shot of Mike's hand, though.
You can hear
So,
us,
hey,
Michael?
guys, I can't actually hear you. So I'll just begin here and go through my spiel real quick, and then I'll let you guys talk.
Go
'cause I
for
can't
it.
hear what
You
you're
do
saying.
that.
Go.
Okay, very good.
Do sign language.
All right. Hello, sports fan. This is Mike B-Tag, the esports correspondent. I am covering the OC High School Esports League. Inaugural tournament that was held at the Santa Ana Esports Arena. The tournament went fabulous. There were hundreds of people that showed up. They had hundreds of people who showed up on Twitch and tuned in. And so we are now with the Final Four that is coming up here on April the 28th, which is also being held at the Esports Arena. The Final Four teams are Fountain Valley, Cypress, Sunny Hills, and La Quinta. That is your Final Four. Those folks will be competing at the Esports Arena coming up April the 28th. There's going to be VIPs from video game companies, OC STEM-based companies, free food, as well as the wonderful competition. So we're really looking forward to it. This will be the Final Four for the inaugural season of the Orange County Esports League.
All right. So, like you said in the finals, they have Cypress taking on Fountain Valley.
Okay.
And then La Quinta and Sunny Hills. The thing that sticks out to me is, number one, Sunny Hills is the brain school of these four that are left.
Oh, yeah.
So you got one school that's highly skilled in a lot of stuff because those GPAs are outrageous, and everybody gets like a 2400 SAT score. They used to all get they all get 24s. But and then again, you go to La Quinta High School, and you have Fountain Valley and Cypress. Those are all, they're good schools too, but those are known more for athletics, not the brain power. Those are the schools that routinely pop up in football, baseball, and basketball at the upper echelon of their sports, of their leagues.
So you got to have the brain power,
right,
to make this work now in esports.
Is Mike hearing us yet?
Yes, I got you.
Oh, there we go. Way to go. Mike, where is this esports arena at? In Santa Ana?
Santa Ana, yes. Right at 5th and Sycamore, I believe it is. It's the Esports Arena. It holds about 800 people. They have free gameplay there as well, a bunch of PCs set up, but they're inviting the whole community down, offering free food. They're offering the tournament itself. And then there will be VIPs from local video game companies and some of the Orange County STEM-based companies, as well as career booths, all kinds of stuff. So it's really going to be a big event, and I hope everybody can come out.
Well, you said free food, so I'm there. You got me there, buddy. That's how the media used to work. They used to feed the media all the time.
That's right.
They don't feed you anymore.
These
guys are doing it right. So we'll be out there. We're going to get out there and get some footage for the finals and the semifinals, and keep up on this because this is interesting. And I know this is the wave of the future, my brother. This is where it's all going.
Absolutely. It's going to be a wonderful event, and this will finish off season 1, and then they'll be kicking off season 2 in the fall here. So this will be the end. We'll see who takes home the gold cup that they are offering.
Hey, Mike, real quick, do we see other schools already like chomping at the bit here to get signed up and get ready for season 2?
Yes, absolutely. And the goal is to expand it 3 to 4-fold in the state of California for next season. The goal is to involve other universities, like UCI participated in this program, other UCs, other state schools, other private schools. And then the third season, we'll be looking at a nationwide rollout. But the real focus next season is the state of California, Northern Cal, Southern Cal, throughout.
As it should be.
Very good. All right, Mike. We're going to talk a little bit about it here on our own because, we're always cracking jokes and stuff, right? So it's all good.
Yes, I know.
It's all
Thank you, gentlemen, very much. You have a wonderful show, and we will talk to you soon.
Mike, thanks for checking in with us, man. All right, Mike B-Tag, and again, the esports is coming up, and here's where I was going with that. Mike's a very cerebral guy, and but what I wanted to say is I wonder how far this will go. As we all know, this is going to be here. This is how it's going nowadays. Everybody's indoor playing games and stuff like that, but the deal is high school's going to start stealing other students now? It used to be for athletics. Now they're going to start stealing for esports too, Bob?
I guarantee you're going to see some kids who say, you know what, I was okay as a baseball player, I was an okay soccer player, but you know what? I kick butt at whatever game it is, Fortnite or whatever the games are that's are hot right now. I'm going to go be an esports guy.
Yeah.
I think you're going to see this thing just blow up in the next couple of years here. Absolutely blow up.
And I'm glad there's another type of competition for students that aren't athletically inclined. I mean, there's only so many people that can run a 4.40, if you know what I mean, or can bench press 400 pounds and stuff like that. So this opens it up for everybody.
What's to say you can't do both? Well, what if JT Daniels is one of the great game players and one of the great quarterbacks? You never know.
I know they're in the downtime in a lot of these colleges, man. That's all these kids do is play games.
Right.
I mean, it goes all the way back. Who was that kid that played for the Lakers, man? The young kid, Eldon Campbell. He was in there playing
video game. There you go.
Yeah, Magic, and those guys couldn't figure out why this guy was playing video games instead of studying the playbook. But it's a whole new generation, my friend.
Is.
Whole new generation.
You got that right.
So we'll see where it goes. And again, we will be there at the semifinals and the finals to give you a taste of it because I think it's going to be part of the landscape. Now, just like MMA came on and it finally got mainstream, now you got segments of MMA, you're going to have esports segments
part of the lexicon now. Get used to it.
All right, let's go to the national top 10 and take a look around. Here we go, Valley Christian. Now, this isn't Valley Christian and Cerritos for you people here in Southern California.
I was going to say, that's
no. This is Valley Christian up in San Jose, California. So Valley Christian doing a very good job, although they did lose this week to Sarah. Matter of fact, they've only lost 2 games all season, and both were to the same team, Sarah.
So how come Sarah's not number 1?
Because Sarah's lost like 8 games. It's just one of those things where they have your number. They just have their number.
I don't see Sarah on this list at all, but they've beat the number 1 team twice.
It doesn't matter, Bob. It's just like it's like Alabama losing to Auburn every year. I mean, even if Auburn's 2-10 or 2-12 going in, they still beat Alabama. Right, once in a while, you got your number every once in a while.
You got it.
It was 3-2 the first time and 3-0. So they were going downhill. But Valley Christian lost, but so did Lake Travis. Lake Travis lost. They won 2 out of 3 to Vista Ridge, but I think they're in the playoffs already down there. So there's no shame in losing a game.
This is baseball, though. Nobody's running the table in baseball. That's the difference.
If you're running the table in baseball, it's because you didn't play anybody. Right. Meaning that you didn't play in any good tournaments. You played it safe. You played close to home. All right. Huntington Beach takes the 3rd spot, followed by Orange Lutheran, Bob.
Right there. Those are our top 2 teams right there, as we know.
Mount Verde Academy, which does well in every sport. There they are, right on the heels of the 2 Southern California teams. Zachary from Louisiana, Bellarmine College Prep, and I believe that's up by San Jose, I believe.
That is,
too,
that's up in San Jose, right?
By the way, they lost to Valley Christian this week, so they lost a game too. But I can't move them out because they lost to the number 1 team, and you can't move the number 1 team out for losing because again, you are going to lose games in baseball.
So Harvard Westlake is going to move up if they sweep Notre Dame this week.
They're creeping up, and then you got Flanagan of Florida and Heritage of Florida, and so. Yeah, it's not a bad group, not a bad diverse group there overall. But that's your national top 10 in baseball. Let's take your national top 10 in softball and have a look at that one. And
I think these are the top leagues we're going to?
No, we're going to the national top 10 in softball. Okay, this is the national top. This apparently these are mixed up, but let's just go with this now. All right, so Max Preps came out, got their computers together, wanted to know what the best leagues were in the United States. The Trinity League here in Orange County is the #1 league, Bob.
Not just Orange County. You got Bosco, the only LA County team in the Trinity.
And Bosco is actually the highest team in the
of course,
in the Trinity League. So yeah, you're right. Let's not leave out Bosco. So anyway, Trinity League #1, followed by Chicago Catholic. Now, of Illinois? What is the common denominator of these two leagues, Bob?
all private schools.
All private schools. 1-2 in the country. Oh yeah, and a private school won the national championship of football this year. All right. Desert Valley, Arizona, followed by Region 47 or 47A of Georgia, and then 5A District 3 of Louisiana.
You gotta come up with
these
a
are
better
leagues,
name.
but those are their leagues.
You got to name these leagues. You can't be 5A. Come on, really?
Have you seen where some of these places are? Georgia, Louisiana.
Come on,
Getting
give me the Gator League or something. This is Louisiana,
You're
man.
right. I'm with you, man.
Give me the Crocodile League or something.
Grossmont Hills of San Diego, and then 6A District, Texas. The Big 8, that's Corona, Centennial, Santiago, Roosevelt. They're in there at number 8. Number 9, the Tri-River, and that's also a Central Section California school.
Right.
And then the 5A District. But hold up, don't take it off yet, guys. 1, 2, there's 4 California schools, or is it 5? 1, 2,
1, 2,
no, there's
3.
4. 4 California schools
4, yeah,
in
4
the
in
top
California.
10, which is really good to see because
And #1.
a lot of these polls are they're biased to the East Coast because that's where they come out.
You could never deny the Trinity League the top spot in this. I don't care who you are.
Well, they'd be lying.
Well, that's the point.
Because I read their formulas, and there's just no other way to. There's just no way to have.
The last 2 national football champions came out of the Trinity. So come on.
All right. Do we have the softball or no? We don't have it. All right. Apparently got lost
do?
somewhere. There's nothing we can do. Do we have it? Oh,
Somebody's
Bob.
saying yes.
No, that ain't
that's
it.
not it.
That ain't it, man.
All right, that's all right.
I'll let it
Next
go.
week, we'll get back to it.
Maybe we will. Maybe we won't. All right. You never know what'll happen on this show, Bob. I'll tell you right now. All right. In football news. Oh, here we go. See, football. This is softball news. Orange Lutheran, Los Al Norco. Those are your 3 big ones. It could be any one of the 3 will win these.
That's not the
win a
national. That's our SoCal Prep Report.
Yeah, that's the
we went
SoCal
over
top
that
10.
before. All right.
All right. Looking good,
Well,
Bob?
look
Y'all
at
happy with that
That's-
one?
I am happy with that, actually.
Modern Day
I'm
creeping up,
very-
number 6.
I'm
ML
very
King
happy.
in there. All
I'm
right. You're
very
looking
happy
good,
with
my
that
brother.
one. All right.
All right. Mike Singletary was named the new head coach of Trinity Christian in Texas.
Hall of Famer Mike
Yeah,
Singletary?
Mike Singletary, the Hall of Famer, is now a high school head coach. And good for Singletary because Lake Carroll, Texas, which is like the modern day of Texas, along
Right.
with Katy, they didn't want to give him the job.
Really?
They didn't want to give him
A
the
Hall
job.
of Fame
Hall
linebacker,
of Fame linebacker.
former NFL head coach.
Dude.
He couldn't get that
The
job.
best guy to work with, man.
All right.
They wouldn't give it to him.
All right.
All right, let's go on. Now let's talk about Kenny Naismith. Kenny Naismith plays for a baseball team out in Tennessee. Can't remember the name of the school right now. It escapes me, but that just tells you this show is not scripted, all right? There's no teleprompters, nothing like that. But
Nothing on
anyways,
here.
let's take a look at Kenny Naismith.
What'd he
Kenny
do?
Naismith hit a grand slam, and then he hit another grand slam. This is all in the same game. And then he would have had a third grand slam, but one of the runners tried to steal a base and got thrown out.
What?
So he gets up with 2 men on and hits another home run. This is Kenny Naismith. The guy had like, I don't know, what, 4, 8, had 11 RBIs in the game.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
The bases are loaded. Who's trying to steal a base with the bases loaded? What are you doing?
I don't know.
That-
I think the kid tried to steal home or something. I don't know. I don't know what. I didn't watch the
crazy is
game, Bob.
that?
I only know what I read.
no,
and
I hear you.
what,
But I'm just wondering who would try to.
what Knox TV put out there, man. And
We're a little
this is his
wonky in the
grandfather here
behind
with
the
the
plate
video,
camera
but
here, but we're all right.
I mean,
You know,
I
we
just
can
got
see
to give it to him. It's a positive. The guy
Could
did
have had 3 grand slams. He had 3 home runs.
Guy
Could
did
have had
a
3 grand
great
slams.
job. Congratulations.
Unreal.
That doesn't happen a lot.
job.
It wouldn't on any division whatsoever.
Nice job.
At all. All right. So very good job. I'd like to also take time to congratulate my old friend and pal Frank Mazzota, the head coach over at Cerritos College football team. He is going to retire.
No.
Yes. He's probably one of the 2 or 3 winningest football coaches
How many
in
years?
the community college
How many
level.
years has he been there?
Since 1977, I believe,
Wow.
or 78. So he's had a great career.
Well,
a Rancho
congratulations,
guy.
Coach. You deserve to finally
Yep.
call it quits and hang it up.
All right, as we roll it out, Bob, I'd like to thank the Yard House and the KM3 Project, 2 of our sponsors, and on behalf of Bob Gibson and the cast and crew, I'm Rich Estrella, saying so long from your friends here at the SoCal Prep Report.
See you next.